We are constantly seeking confirmation that we are good enough, smart enough, successful enough. We crave respect from our peers, our bosses, our families, even from complete strangers on the internet. We twist ourselves into pretzels trying to fit molds, to say the right thing, to project an image of perfection. But what if I told you that this entire pursuit, this endless quest for external respect, is fundamentally flawed? What if the key to unlocking true respect, the kind that lasts, the kind that empowers you, lies not out there in the world, but deep within you? Today we're going to uncover a profound truth, a revolutionary insight from one of the giants of human psychology, a secret that can genuinely transform your relationships, your career, and your entire sense of self. This isn't just self-help. This is a foundational principle of human flourishing. This is Carl Jung's secret. Self-respect is the key to all respect. You see, for too long, we've operated under a mistaken belief that respect is something given to us by others. We believe that if we achieve enough, earn enough, or please enough people, then, and only then, will we be deemed worthy of respect. We put on masks, we censor our true selves, we conform to expectations, all in the desperate hope of earning that elusive nod of approval. But what if this whole dance is backwards? What if the very act of seeking external validation actually diminishes your capacity to receive true respect? Carl Jung, with his profound understanding of the human psyche, saw through this illusion with unparalleled clarity. He understood that our outer world often mirrors our inner world, and that genuine respect can only bloom from a wellspring of inner affirmation. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. This isn't just about understanding your quirks. It's about recognizing that how you perceive others' respect for you often reflects how much you respect yourself.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound insights.
Think for a moment about someone you truly respect. It could be a leader, an artist, a friend, or even a historical figure. What qualities do they possess? Is it their wealth, their popularity, or is it something deeper? Do they exude a quiet confidence, a sense of authenticity, an unwavering commitment to their own values? Do they carry themselves with a certain dignity, a knowing of their own worth that doesn't need external validation? Chances are, the people we truly respect are those who clearly respect themselves. They don't beg for approval. They command it through their very presence, their integrity, and their self-acceptance. Conversely, consider someone who constantly seeks validation, who shifts their opinions to please others, who lacks a clear sense of self. Do you truly respect that person, or do you feel a subtle sense of pity or even disdain? The answer, if you're honest, is usually the latter. This is the crux of Jung's secret. We project our internal state outwards. If we inwardly diminish ourselves, if we constantly criticize and doubt our own worth, if we live in fear of judgment, then that inner landscape will be reflected in how others perceive and treat us. It's not magic, it's a profound psychological truth. Our body language, our tone of voice, our decision-making, even our energetic presence, all unconsciously communicate our level of self-regard. People pick up on it, often without even realizing why. They sense whether you believe in yourself, whether you value your own time and boundaries, whether you stand firm in your convictions. And this subtle, Unspoken communication is far more powerful than any words you might say or any achievements you might list. Consider the human shadow, a concept central to Jungian psychology. This is the unconscious aspect of ourselves that we deem negative, undesirable, or unworthy, traits we hide, suppress, or deny. We might hide our anger, our insecurities, our fears, believing that if others see these flaws, they will disrespect us. So we create a carefully constructed persona, a mask we present to the world, hoping it will garner the respect we desperately crave. But Jung would argue that the very act of suppressing our shadow creates internal conflict, a constant drain on our energy, and a subtle sense of inauthenticity. And ironically, it's often these unacknowledged aspects of ourselves that manifest in ways that do lead to disrespect, perhaps through passive aggressiveness, sudden outbursts, or a chronic lack of boundaries. Think about the profound importance of integration, another core Jungian idea. It's about acknowledging and accepting all parts of yourself, the light and the shadow, the strengths and the weaknesses, the socially acceptable and the deeply hidden. It's not about celebrating your flaws, but about recognizing them as part of your complex human tapestry. When you genuinely begin to integrate your shadow, when you acknowledge and accept your perceived imperfections, something remarkable happens. You become more whole, more authentic, more at peace with yourself. And this inner peace, this profound self-acceptance, radiates outwards. When you stop fearing your own imperfections, you stop fearing others' judgment of them. You become less dependent on external validation, and paradoxically, that's when true respect begins to flow towards you. This isn't to say that external respect isn't valuable, or that we shouldn't strive for excellence. Absolutely not. But it is to fundamentally reorient our approach. Instead of chasing respect as an external prize, we cultivate it as an internal garden. We build our own foundation of self-worth, and from that solid ground, respect from others naturally germinates and grows. It's a shift from a scarcity mindset, I must earn respect because it's limited, to an abundance mindset, I am worthy of respect. And by embodying that, I attract it. What does this practically mean? It means setting boundaries, even if it feels uncomfortable. It means saying no when you mean no, even if it disappoints someone. It means speaking your truth, even if it's unpopular. It means taking care of your physical and mental health, prioritizing your well-being. It means forgiving yourself for past mistakes and learning from them, rather than dwelling in self-criticism. It means recognizing your unique talents and contributions, rather than constantly comparing yourself to others. Each of these acts, no matter how small, is an affirmation of your own worth, a brick laid in the foundation of your self-respect. And with each brick, you build a stronger, more authentic self, a self that naturally commands the respect of others. The profound wisdom here is that true respect is not something you gain, it is something you embody. What would your life look like if you lived every day from a place of unshakable self-respect? Continue. The mirror of the soul, how your inner world shapes your outer relationships. We've established the foundational truth that self-respect is the wellspring from which all other forms of respect flow. Now let's dive deeper into the profound interplay between our inner world and our outer relationships, specifically how our level of self-respect acts as a mirror, reflecting back to us the quality of respect we receive from others. This isn't just about feeling good about yourself. It's about understanding a fundamental law of human interaction that Carl Jung observed with piercing clarity. If you truly want to transform your relationships with partners, family, friends, or colleagues, you must first be willing to look inward. Think about a common scenario, someone who constantly complains about being disrespected. They feel unheard, undervalued, and taken for granted. They might lash out, withdraw, or continually seek external validation to fill an inner void. From a Jungian perspective, this is often a profound sign of a lack of self-respect. The person is, perhaps unconsciously, projecting their own inner self-criticism and devaluation onto others. Their behavior might inadvertently invite the very disrespect they fear, because they are subtly communicating a lack of boundaries, a neediness for approval, or a profound insecurity that others, perhaps unconsciously, pick up on and exploit. The relationship becomes a mirror, reflecting their own internal discord back to them. Jung's concept of the collective unconscious and archetypes offers another layer of insight here. We are all, on some level, influenced by universal patterns of behavior and perception. If an individual lacks self-respect, they might unconsciously activate archetypal patterns in others that lead to them being overlooked, dominated, or even abused. It's not an excuse for bad behavior from others, but an invitation to understand our own complicity in the dynamics we find ourselves in. When you transform your inner landscape of self-regard, you fundamentally shift the archetypal dance you're engaged in with others. You stop inviting certain patterns of disrespect and start commanding a different kind of interaction. Consider the act of setting boundaries. This is a practical, everyday manifestation of self-respect. When you clearly communicate your limits, your time, your energy, your emotional capacity, you are, in essence, telling the world, I value myself enough to protect my well-being. If you consistently fail to set boundaries, if you constantly say yes when you want to say no, if you allow others to infringe upon your personal space or time, you are subtly communicating that your needs and desires are secondary. And guess what? Others will then treat your needs and desires as secondary. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. True self-respect enables you to erect healthy boundaries, not as walls of separation, but as expressions of your inherent worth, creating space for authentic, respectful connection. Think about the power dynamic in communication. When someone speaks with genuine self-respect, their voice carries a certain authority, not born of arrogance, but of conviction. They don't need to shout or dominate. Their words are grounded in their own inner truth. Conversely, someone lacking self-respect might speak timidly, apologize excessively, or constantly defer to others, even when they have a valuable contribution to make. Their internal belief that their voice doesn't matter is then reinforced by others unconsciously dismissing what they say. This isn't about blaming the victim. It's about empowering the individual to change their internal state, thereby changing the external dynamic. This extends to the professional realm as well. When you genuinely believe in your skills, your contributions, and your value to an organization, you present yourself differently. You negotiate with confidence, you advocate for your ideas with conviction, and you don't shy away from challenges. This inner belief translates into outward competence, which then earns the respect of colleagues and superiors. Conversely, if you constantly doubt your abilities, if you fear failure, or if you undervalue your own work, you're more likely to be overlooked, underpaid, or assigned tasks below your potential. Your inner self-perception directly impacts your professional trajectory. Jung would emphasize the importance of individualization, the lifelong process of becoming your authentic self, of integrating all aspects of your psyche. This journey is inherently a journey of cultivating self-respect, as it requires confronting your shadow, embracing your unique talents, and developing your own moral compass, rather than simply adopting societal norms. It means listening to your inner voice, your intuition, your deepest desires, and aligning your actions with them. When you are truly on this path of individualization, your life becomes a testament to self-respect, and others can't help but recognize and respect that authenticity. So how do we practically apply this understanding to our relationships? It starts with radical self-honesty. Where are you allowing others to disrespect you? Where are you failing to set boundaries? Where are you seeking validation outside yourself? Once you identify these patterns, the work begins, conscious, deliberate acts of self-affirmation. It might mean speaking up when you'd normally stay silent. It might mean saying no to an unreasonable request. It might mean investing time in your own well-being, even when others demand your attention. Each of these small acts builds your self-respect, and with each brick laid, the mirror of your relationships begins to reflect a clearer, more respectful image. True respect in relationships is not about changing others. It's about changing yourself and witnessing the transformative ripple effect. What would your relationships look like if you consistently honored and valued yourself first? The unveiling of wholeness, respect as a reflection of authenticity. We've explored how self-respect forms the bedrock of all respect, and how our inner world casts a profound reflection on our external relationships. Now, let's conclude with the ultimate payoff of Carl Jung's secret, the realization that true, authentic respect is not earned, but simply unveiled through the process of becoming whole. It's about letting go of the need for external validation and embracing your inherent worth, allowing your true self to shine, which then naturally commands the respect of others. Think about the profound liberation that comes from no longer needing to perform, to pretend, or to seek approval. When you genuinely respect yourself, you are free to be authentic. You embrace your strengths, acknowledge your weaknesses, and stand firm in your unique identity. This authenticity, this coherent integration of your inner landscape, creates an undeniable presence. People aren't respecting a mask, they're respecting the real, complex, fully expressed human being that you are. This is the ultimate secret. Respect isn't a prize to be won, but a natural consequence of inner integrity. When you honor yourself, others instinctively honor you back. It's an energetic alignment, a frequency you emit that attracts similar vibrations. So, stop chasing external validation. Start the profound work of cultivating self-respect, and watch as the world around you transforms to mirror the wholeness you've unveiled within. What would it feel like to be truly, unapologetically, and respectfully you?